They went all B-sides with it.
Well, they would think that they're kind of making fun of an idea of sequels for some of these movies.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. So I think we've got it set up where it's going to be live now. And here we go. The quality's going to be crap, but here we are.
Hey, this is great, man. This is the first time doing this.
The feed here is going to be silent for us, of course, or else there'll be an echo thing going on.
Okay.
And it's going to like have a bunch of lag because
Hi, Mom.
upload speeds and stuff. So I might, if we want to like watch it, we'll just like watch it on the actual thing that we're streaming from.
Okay.
And if it works out right, then it should stay open the whole time.
Cool.
I just can't go.
And there's a chat over here if people decide to watch it.
Right on.
This is episode 12. Whoops, wrong button. Episode 12. Live stream.
Are we live?
Episode 12. I don't know if we're live or not.
I was just giving it the title that I would like. Are we live? Are we?
Hey, we have a new subscriber.
All right.
Let's I'm gonna preview it here just to make sure it's working.
I brought my own microphone.
Got his own microphone.
The MTV News.
MTV News.
Yeah.
Oh man, so
I'm Kurt
Vonnegut.
Kurt Doder.
Kurt Doder. Kurt Doder.
Tonight on MTV News.
Tonight on Kurt Doder's Dookie Basket.
You know, I always had a thing for Kennedy, dude. I always thought she was hot.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Was Kennedy the one that was on the summer beach house?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. I used
I
to
always
love
had a
that.
thing for her. Her and her like nerdy glasses look. I don't know what it was, man. I just thought it was sexy.
Well, it's the 90s,
You know.
man. People weren't doing that with like Lisa Loeb.
Yeah.
Lisa Lee.
Yeah.
I'll drink a beer if I want to. And I did. And then she went and did the dishes, and I went and had a beer.
Mm-hmm. And yeah.
Lover is crying because the other one's gay.
Where's my...
Oh, wait. Let's flip this around now. There we go.
Oh, here's
there we
my
go.
green tea in the shot. Look at that. Oh, it's disappearing into the brew.
Okay, I've confirmed the feed is working. This is... Hi, this is Dudes, Tunes, and Brews, episode 12. This is our first foray into the video format. We decided it was about time you guys saw just how goddamn handsome we really are.
Yeah, and I just showed up. He does all the other stuff. I brought the microphone. That was cool.
Brought the microphone, and I'm dropping shit under the table, but it's my table, so it's all right.
And we brought a guest.
We do have a guest.
How we doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Insert golf clap. That's pretty good.
We have Scott Bradley here. That's what the S. Bradley means, not
right.
Milton Bradley.
Yeah, you're like Puff Daddy. You have like 8 names. So what are we calling you this week?
Well, I mean, I've gone with Scott Bradley as of late, and the reason why is because I just got so tired of, having other friends named Brad as well.
Yeah, it's
And
that name's kind of like a snarky name.
Yeah, so I
Brad.
kind of feel like, I mean, I've been Brad for so long, it was just time for a little bit of a change, I mean, I'm still that guy.
Hey. Yeah, you're still Brad.
A change will do you good.
But a change will do me good, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, when I go out and I do performances and stuff, and I just figure, I'm working on this country record, or country rock record, if you will.
Which is
Scott Bradley
refreshing
just
to
kind of rings,
Yeah.
So,
you need a middle name, though, if it's country record.
well, that's the thing. My middle name is Scott.
Oh, it's like Scott Chevrolet Bradley.
Right, exactly. So, I just kind of dropped the emphasis on the last name and just said, we'll just run with Scott Bradley.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it kind of rolls off the
It
tongue.
seems to roll off the tongue a
It
little
seems
bit.
wholesome.
Kind of threw my family for a loop on Facebook. They're like, we thought we knew who you were, but who's this guy,
That's not our son.
Well, my parents haven't been hip to Facebook. Which I kind of thank them for not, getting involved with that whole new trend of if your mom's on Facebook and you're older than 21, you're probably a little too old to have a Facebook.
Yeah, probably. Old people ruin everything.
Well, the kind of the Facebook is where you're just like putting on your church clothes, and then Instagram you're like showing some of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the
news.
risque. Like, I just got out the shower, check me
Yeah.
out.
Whoa, hey, mom's not on Instagram yet. Go back to tweeting, ma.
Yeah,
Well, and then those mothers with teen daughters, who have the older mom who still tries to be hip, when their teen daughters on Snapchat and Instagram. I call them Instagram balls.
Yeah,
Instagram.
When they're on there peeking out everything and trying to still act as if they're in their youth days.
wearing their daughter's clothes when they're not watching. Check me out, boys.
Yeah,
if you have a grandma like that, let us know at DUDESTUNESANDBREWS@gmail.com. We like photographs. Just saying.
Or just comment below. You can't put video, or can you not put photographs as comments on YouTube?
I don't think you can.
You got to be clever with your text.
Yes.
So if you're shouting at somebody, all caps always works.
Yeah, you have to do all caps. That's how people know.
And Comic Sans.
Comic Sans.
Comic Sans in all caps.
That's the true nature of anger.
Yeah, that's lagging going on. That's fine. Who cares?
So the first time we're doing the video feed here. This is
the first time we're doing a video feed. We just sorted all this out. It's pretty convoluted how to do a live stream on the YouTubes here. If you've never done it, it's a lot of bullshit you got to do to get it to work right, and it's pretty dumb, but it's cool because you can do usually post-production things, pre-production, like this awesome background we have going on here.
Yeah,
Dews, Tones, and Brews.
Very nice. I felt like I was green screened in at first. You know?
Yeah, well, he's superimposed.
He's CGI.
Yeah.
We just Max Headroom over here.
Yeah, right. That's why you see it glitching right above him there.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
It's a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
He's not real. He's not real.
No. Hey, so audio. We're on audio then, huh? Am I breaking the wall?
What do you mean?
Or we're just going video this time? Taking audio from video?
I was gonna set up my other laptop to do just a backup audio like the usual episodes, but I hadn't used it in so long. It's like I need to install updates, and it's been doing that for like an hour. So we're just pissing in the wind here tonight.
This is perfect. That's really what we do every time.
Well,
yeah.
This is a little more risk because you can see us in all the mess ups we're gonna probably do. But it should be a little more fun, more involved. You guys can do some chatting over there if you're watching. So far, none of you are. So.
I am.
Whatever.
Yeah. This is my favorite show.
We don't care.
So, if things get too crazy, Brad, and you get a little anxious, there's some green paint under there. You can just splatter it on you.
I will be Green Man.
I was gonna keep an extra sheet of fabric just so we can all disappear at one point, but it was weird an episode starting without the theme song though.
Oh yeah, then we'll have to do that later.
Maybe if we care.
I mean, we're dudes.
Yeah.
We could do it live. Dudes!
Dudes.
Tunes. And brews! We're dudes.
We're dudes.
Listening to tunes. And drinking some brews.
Drink some brews. Alright, good enough. So we're gonna sit here, we're gonna talk a little bit about super random stuff. We're gonna drink some brews. I got some chilling in the freezer, and Mr. Scott brought a jug full. Like, is that what you kids call these? A jug?
Growlers or jugs, I believe will work, yes.
Yeah.
What did that? Ding! When I described this here, it's from Chili Water, which is a Fountain Square Brewing Company.
It is a Fountain Square Brewing Company, but the actual brew that's inside there is a homebrew of a good buddy of mine.
Sneaky.
Dan Good Brew.
Dan Good Brew.
Yeah. So
it's like a play, like, that's a Dan Good Brew.
That's a Dan Good name.
Good brew, Dan Good Beer. So he's been doing that for quite some time, and it's just so I figured it'd be a good way for me to, help promote what he's been doing.
Yeah.
So he's been getting in with those guys, and eventually they'll start letting him do some of that stuff there at their brewery. So big up for Dan Good and Dan Good Brew.
Cool. Dan Good Brew. It's got a great name and
great name.
DTB approved.
DTB approved.
The name is. Yeah, we don't know about the brew. I mean, I'm not going that far yet. Do we have special glasses for this?
We do not have special glasses, but I can probably find some red Solo cups. Is this good and cold? Does it need to be chilled?
It's been sitting in my refrigerator all week, especially for this occasion.
I did not realize that we were going to need cups this evening, so please allow me to go grab some cups. Please do not stare at my junk as I wander off into oblivion.
And as he goes off for that, we are going to ask you a few questions here.
Sure. I love game shows.
Oh, that's not the question. I didn't ask you a question. No, that's just... If you could be a hot dog or eat nothing but hot dogs for the rest of your life, which would you choose?
I've actually thought about this, and I would be a Johnsonville brat.
The question pertains to hot dogs, sir.
Yeah, we're not getting fancy with it.
Fair enough.
Let's not be a politician and skirt around it. That cup's broken.
Damn it. If I had to honestly choose, if we had to take brats out of the hot dog equation, nothing has been better than that old Ballpark Frank, man.
Classic.
It's classic. It's so good, man. It reminds me of going to the Ball Diamonds as a kid, you know. And,
could you eat one every single day?
I probably could. I could probably live off hot dogs, but you know the problem is that I do too much YouTube searching about like what's in our processed meats.
Oh yeah.
And so when I start seeing those kind of things, it sort of makes me a little squirmy about what's in my food.
There's enough salt. They got enough salt into it. You're fine.
We're going resourceful this evening, Mr. Scott. You get a red Solo cup.
All right, thank you, sir.
Josh, you get a purple ball mason jar, and I get a Maranatha maple nut butter jar.
All right. Favorite cookies? Oh, we're not going with this. We've already been down this road. What is your favorite cookie?
Oatmeal raisin.
Wow, nice. So you actually luck out when there's like an array of cookies.
Yeah.
And then they're like, that's what's left.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you're like, I'll take 12.
I'll take 12.
Yeah.
You know.
Like go to conferences, just wait for everyone to take all the good ones. Oh, the chocolate chip and macadamia's gone. I guess I'll go get some now.
Man, you're going to parties with macadamia nut cookies? I didn't realize you were so bourgeois.
Right? Hanging out in Cedar Grove, aren't you?
Sir. Oh, the macadamia nuts. I'll tell you what, though, we talk about those with the white chocolate chip. I like those Cliff Bars.
Oh, man.
Those are good.
Cliff, the blueberry one. Have you tried the ones that have the nut butter in them?
I've not had those ones,
dude.
But
they're like a special treat.
All right, I'll have to try those, man. I really do like the Cliff Bars, you know. They're good for getting you through the day.
I feel like I should be hanging out in a boxcar.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pull it.
Hold on. What are we drinking? What is it?
I believe that it's called Wolfendolf.
So it looks like a dark brown.
It's more of a dark brown ale, and it's good. It's kind of like it's got a little bit of an oatmeal stout.
Okay,
so it's pretty good.
It does have a very good stout flavor.
Can we get a cheers to this?
Cheers.
Homebrews.
Homebrews. Dews, Tunes, and Brews.
Okay, it's got a beautiful.
It's smooth.
Mm-hmm. That's very smooth.
Beautiful chocolatey finish.
Yeah, that's very nice.
It's got a little bit of carbonation that's just kind of there at the end, so it's not flat. It's got a little bit of.
It's got a little. You can see the bubbles.
Yeah, so
it's got a few bubbles,
but it's so smooth it almost comes off that way.
Well, the hops are purely grown, homegrown hops. So those are the stuff that he uses, man.
You can just grow, like he grows his own.
Grows his own hops, man.
Man, I don't know much about hops or really anything about beer except for drinking it.
You grow stuff, you put it in stuff, and then it turns into stuff that you drink.
I like it.
I'll
drink to that.
Yeah, I like this.
Okay.
It's rich. It's velvety. It's not overpowering. I can't really describe it any better.
And
I should learn some real words for beer tasting.
It has great viscosity. That's my
the viscosity.
I like that. It does have a great body to it, but it's also I'm not in a rush to drink this. I feel like I can hang out with it for a minute. But
it's sippable.
Yeah, but it's not so thick to where I couldn't drink it in a hurry.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I would definitely be wine drunk from it.
I would say this is more of a beer you'd have with a good porterhouse steak.
Okay.
Or pork chop. Pork chop would go great with this too.
Good.
Something sweet accompanied with this. Listen, like some applesauce gravy type stuff.
I hear you.
Oh man.
Make some of that red-eyed gravy. Well, you know about red-eyed?
You put coffee in it.
Yeah, coffee and like pork drippings.
Wow, man, that'd be good.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm a gravy guy, but I can't get on the red eye.
I don't know much about it. It's pretty.
Just give me sausage gravy or nothing.
Well, KFC does brown gravy, right?
Well, I'm talking just like if I'm just gonna eat gravy.
Yeah, the standard sausage.
I like
the
white gravy from Gray Brothers Cafeteria.
Oh yeah, is it just like a plain white, no sausage?
Sawmill.
Yeah, sawmill gravy.
That's just a white gravy with pepper.
Yeah, I love it. It's like the people who can make it.
I call that poor man's sausage gravy because you don't have any sausage.
They just probably take whatever grease drippings they have and like, well, I got some sausage drippings and some bacon grease.
I made gravy once out of ham.
Yeah, I bet that was intense.
It was actually turned out pretty good.
And I think that's how they do the red-eyed.
Ham?
Yeah, ham gravy.
Huh.
But they take it with the coffee, like you're saying.
Huh, that's interesting.
But that's what I think. I've only tried it once. It was okay. It was really salty and coffee.
Well, let's break in old Scott here with our typical grading system. Scott, on a scale of 1 to 5 brews, what would you give this brew?
I'd probably give it, out of my own biasness, at least a 4.2.
4.2?
Yeah.
That's nice. He's using the decimals.
Yeah, he's getting in on it. He knows.
I would give it a I'd give it. I would agree with a good solid 4.2, 4.3, somewhere in there. Usually I like to research what I'm drinking. I can't tell you the ABV. I can't tell you how drunk it's going to get you and how quick it's going to get you drunk. But if I had a couple of these sitting on the back porch smoking a nice cigar, I wouldn't be too mad about that.
No, absolutely not. And it's not knowing the ABV is definitely dangerous,
Right?
But you can taste it. It's definitely there. I would almost put this I'd put it at a high 7.
I'd say about 6.
Yeah.
6, probably around there.
So, but my score is comparable to you guys. I was going to say about 4.25 brews.
Okay, so that's it's an average 4.2 from all the dudes here and Scott Bradley.
Yeah, that's you know what, we can all agree it's a damn good beer, right?
It's damn good.
Damn good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Google it. Does he have a website and shit? He got Facebook representation, I'm sure.
I believe he's got Facebook representation. I believe a website is under construction.
Ooh, I might go give him a like.
Yeah, he's going to get 2 likes, one from us and one from the page. That's 3. That's 3 likes, man.
3 likes.
And if you want 3 likes, then do cool stuff like Dan Good Brew has.
Yeah.
And you know, impress us.
I'm gonna go give Scott Bradley a like later, just because.
Yeah.
And I'll give the dudes a like again.
And speaking,
this is awesome.
Oh, let me speak over you, Brad.
Sure, by all means.
By talking about you, Brad.
Okay.
Brad, we are trying a new format here on the Dudes, Tunes, and Brews. We're actually trying to start doing more with regional and local acts. So we got our first act for this evening, who actually brought parts of his new album to come. As you can see in the professional world, it's mini discs that will eventually be one coalesced album.
Interesting.
So
those are all final mixes, I guess, have yet to be mastered, just final mixing.
okay, and can you
Now, have
explain
you
to
been
the people
doing
at
all
home?
the recording and production yourself?
I've been doing the production recording with Arc Barn Studios. Ryan Cook is the main studio engineer over there. He's here on the south side. A lot of the production, as far as pulling the bands together, the artists together who I want to work with, I'm kind of putting that together. And some of these songs I've pulled from previous projects, previous artists that I've worked with as well. So this is kind of the premise of putting it all together. And you know, I guess you can call it a solo act, but I really never feel like it's solo because I got so many friends that I'm blessed with and I've worked with over this compilation of what this album is. So it's really kind of a paying homage and my little way of saying thank you for all the years that we've done writing music together. So
Cool.
It's been a lot of fun watching the process, because I know you're taking your time on it too, which is good to see. You not rushing it all in one sesh.
These songs, yeah, I mean, I've been in the studio for the past 2.5 years, and these songs have been written over a course of at least the past decade. So it's really some digging, and it's just now starting to kind of put it all together. It'll be probably a 10-song record.
Well, that's good. That's great.
So we'll end up putting the songs together, probably put it on an album for vinyl, press, a limited edition, and then do the rest on paperback album makes, you know.
Well, that'd be fun to get a copy of that for sure. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Maybe we could get an extra one. Maybe something that we could
Sure.
put one of our giveaways on a Friday. That'd be fun to give to one of the fans.
We
Absolutely.
do giveaways on occasion.
Yeah, on occasion, and sometimes people collect those prizes.
Right.
They don't seem to like the things I'm giving them.
Yeah.
What was the thing?
We have a small budget here, so
Prairie. What was it? The Prairie Home Companion.
Prairie Home Companion.
There was a box set with all those tapes, and they
Well,
never
you know,
collected them.
that dude just got like shut down for the Me Too stuff. So obviously.
Oh
no one
man,
wanted it.
bad timing. That's probably how I ended up getting them.
Yeah,
It's why
Garrison Keeler.
I wondered how I got all those Cosby records recently too.
Right?
For dirt cheap.
Dirt cheap.
They're gonna go up in price one day. Maybe.
One of these days.
Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so I've grabbed the first one from the stack that I go. Do you have any preferred order to go with these? Or?
No, we can go at random. It's fun. I'll give a little story of this particular one that you just picked. It's called The Art of the Spin. And it's kind of a premise about what we're kind of seeing in a lot of news media today, or at least over the past 20 years. I mean, I've been very aware of watching the CNNs and the Fox Newses and all those kind of things, and realizing, it's very, mind controlling, I believe is the word I'd like to tell you. I mean, I feel like, there's a lot of misinformation in this information age, and The Art of the Spin is kind of talking about learning to kind of think for yourself, you know, get that information, decipher it the best that you can, you know, and make it your best educated guess. You know, not only how you feel about a certain topic, but you know, facts are facts, and sometimes a lot of people take fiction as fact-based. So,
well, yeah,
that's kind of what this song is about, and it's just kind of encouraging a next generation, and not only this generation that we're here as well, but you know, whoever listens to it, just think for yourself. You know, don't be so quick to just take everything at face value.
Yeah, that's
ladies and gentlemen.
You probably have to crank it being that far across the room. All high tech over here, folks.
This particular track features Chris Kramer on saxophones, Barry saxophone, upright bass, and lead guitars.
Oh yeah, I love that saxophone.
Yeah.
So who do we have on the drums?
Ryan Cook.
Ryan Cook.
Yeah.
Oh, the engineer, the guy who did everything. So, sorry, like, you know what? I got some drums set up.
Yep.
I don't know if we just have a studio together. But
he's pretty good about the instrumentalist, and he's a hell of a drummer. So I figured it'd just be easier to work with him, and he's doing all the drumming on this particular album. So
well, you can't go wrong with that. He's pretty good. I'm impressed off the bat. We have links for all of this that we'll put up.
This particular track you can find on SoundCloud.
I found it earlier.
Oh, you did some research.
I did a little bit of research. I'm a research man.
I'm surprised you have time with all the projects you've been doing.
Man, I've been doing so much lately. Whoo, wee doggy.
You've been on it. I'll tell you, people, I'm impressed. He actually made this hat for me right before we went on.
I've screen printed some shirts. I've written some new songs. I've spent a day writing questions and jokes. I've been Mars in Retrograde was good to me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah. But yes, Sigourney Weaver was nude for the first time.
What?
Man, I tell you, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think this beer is probably about a 7, 7.5.
Yeah, I told you it's a high 7.
I'm feeling pretty good already. I could drink 2 of these playing around the golf and be all right.
Oh, are you talking 9 holes or 18?
Oh, 9 for sure.
Yeah, this is a 9-hole.
The last time I drank and played an 18 game of golf, we got to hole 13 and said, let's just see who can throw the ball the farthest.
Oh, that's fun.
And then whoever did wins.
And you're like, how did he end up with a pool ball, like a cue ball? That thing hurts when it hits you.
That is good. I keep looking at this jar like it's the beer jar.
So it had maple in it.
Yeah.
You should show that to the people at home.
This stuff's pretty good. You can find it at your Trader Bakers, Trader Joe's, whatever the hell it's called.
Trader Makers. Trader Makers Mark.
It's almond butter, but I'm resourceful. I like to save jars. If you don't like that, fight me. Email me at dudestunesandbrews@gmail.com. We'll have some words. We'll hash it out. We'll hug it out. I'm a hugger, not a fighter, so keep that in mind, because I can, in fact, hug you to death.
And thank goodness that that's true, because sometimes I get under his skin, and I think he's going to hit me, and then he just hugs me.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I wake up 2 days later from being asphyxiated.
Hug coma, we call it.
Yeah, hug coma.
It's pretty
That's
common.
what he calls it. I call it, what happened to yesterday?
You know, speaking of hugs, I just got to say something. You know, I don't know if you guys seen that video of that guy that goes around giving out free hugs. And he's like hugging police officers, and he's hugging like just individuals randomly.
Is it the guy with the sideburns and the hat from 30 Rock?
Yeah, it's that Dan Matthews Band.
Yeah, he's going out there, he's just giving out free hugs. I mean, why isn't that guy on headline news? You know, I mean,
Wasn't he on,
that positivity is powerful.
Well,
you know?
he was on 30
Rock.
Rock.
Yeah.
He was one of the writers on 30 Rock, and then I guess he hugged Tracy Morgan one too many times. I don't know.
Yeah, but I never watched 30 Rock. But shows like that are interesting to me because they're very self-aware.
It was all right,
but it's it's a new thing. It's kind of like how Apatow or Toe or whatever his damn name is, how he does his movies. It's almost like you're watching.
Judd Apatow.
It's like you're watching, almost like a reality situation happen in Hollywood. It involves Hollywood to a point to where they're just normal people, which they are. But to us, it seems kind of like, huh.
There's a surrealness in their realness, I guess.
Yeah, it's very strange. They definitely involve the reality and the Hollywoodality.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Apatow, though. I saw his stand-up, which I was very surprised by. Because I was like, man, this guy's actually pretty witty.
I just recently saw, I was watching on, what was it? On Amazon Prime. It was Dan Harmon, the creator of Community and Rick and Morty.
Nice.
And it was doing his tour of pretty much when Community got canceled. He just went on the road doing a stand-up comedy and just trying to connect with his audience on that live fashion. You could tell, I mean, it was just like therapy for him. Like he was kind of up and down the whole way, but it just seemed like, when you're out on the road, it's just like, it's like you're hanging on to that little desperation of trying to connect with people.
Oh, absolutely. And going, how it is, different club, different night.
Just like Turn the Page, but Bob Seger already said it.
Right, he did.
Yeah, man. And then Metallica came back and added just a little flair to the solo.
I guess.
I like the Metallica version.
Yeah!
Yeah!
That's my James Hetfield.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, I didn't notice that we could see us clipping there.
Yeah, that's why I turned the
He's
game down a
normally
little bit.
George Harrison of the group. He's usually the quiet one, isn't he?
I do not look haggard.
Merle Haggard.
There's a great Norm Macdonald joke where he talks about George Harrison looking haggard. Two jokes, in fact. He uses the same punchline. But
I love that when he does that.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
It really sticks it in there.
That's all he's worried about, the punchlines.
Right. That's all you need to worry about with a joke.
Yeah. He was a real jerk.
He was a real jerk. That Hitler guy.
Watch out for Hitler's dog.
dog.
Well, did you see that thing for, was it that movie with the Nazis on dinosaurs or some junk? It's
Oh, wow.
Iron Curtain 2. Or no, it's not Iron Curtain.
Ain't heard about that one.
Some deal. They had a movie a few years back where, like, the Nazis were on the moon, like the dark side of the moon.
Okay.
And then, like, they've been there the whole time. There's this whole deal. I heard about it coming out, never saw it, and it sounded hilarious.
It's the side of the moon that you cannot see.
You cannot
That's
see. Yes. And then now there's a sequel coming out, and I'm just like, wow, they're writing dinosaurs and stuff. I'm like, they're just doing
Have you
whatever.
seen the preview for that new Black Klansman?
Yeah, that looks great.
That does look pretty fun.
Eric Foreman is
Yeah.
the Imperial
Yeah,
wizard.
what? It's like, okay.
David Duke, I believe, is the character he's playing.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then Kylo Ren, he's in it. too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks very entertaining. I would
Yeah.
probably see it.
I think it'll be okay. I think it's great. And it's a freaking Spike Lee joint.
Yeah.
I think, personally, the world needs a movie like this right now.
Right.
There's too much division trying to come
Exactly.
at us, and you know what? I mean, it goes back to that, educating yourself.
Absolutely.
It's like whatever this media tries to pump at us. I mean, I really feel like we can go back a few years and see that it doesn't work.
Speaking of the exact same thing you're talking about right now, when are we going to start calling colored pencils ethnic pencils?
I'm telling you what.
2018.
Hey man,
Get
you
with
know
the
what?
times.
I don't like political correctness,
I don't either.
but I will say that if they start calling colored pencils ethnic pencils, then we've really reached a point.
That's
of what
true.
the fuck.
Well, I'm saying that we should love all of God's creations equally.
That's
Except
pretty
zombies.
Good. Yeah, well,
Fuck them undead some bitches.
but
That is true,
What if
sir.
you find yourself some sweet vajazzled zombie twat? I mean,
Woo-wee! On tonight's topic,
That leads me to Mr. Bradley. There's a card in front of you.
alrighty,
It could be a thought, it could be an observation, it could be a joke.
okay,
I want you to give your best delivery of this card.
all right,
Either make me laugh or make me cry, sir.
all right. Hopefully, I can allow you to do both. Shopping malls are only good for one thing.
And what is it?
Crop dusting!
You damn right. You damn right. I'm glad we can agree on that.
oh man, but only the ones with escalators.
Oh, yeah.
Because then we escalate into it.
You know what? I love
the card?
farting in public. I'm not gonna lie. It is the most. I mean, you know what? I'm always saying better out than in. You might as well let it out.
Better out than in.
You know.
Classic.
But when you can let it rip and you hear someone giggle, when you know someone giggles,
I
feel
tell
like
you.
you've done something right. You know.
I tell you, I was at a bookstore yesterday. You know, bookstores are like fine line territory for crop dusting.
Sure.
My 4-year-old, he farts and he reaches up to me and says, "Daddy, I farted." And I says, "Shh, we don't say that in public."
Yeah.
And we're standing there, and it smelled like a man fart. I was like, dude, they're gonna think I did that. So we had to leave.
Yeah, well,
we had to leave.
It's kind of, bookstores kind of get that library-esque too. It's like you got to kind of be quiet, but you don't want to be quiet.
And if you're gonna crop dust, do it by the old books,
right? Where there's actually probably dust on those books.
Yeah. Dusty books about crops.
There you go.
Planting corn in 1800. The Farmer's Almanac from 1875.
Still a good read. I actually get my weather reports from that. It's actually more on par than the Weatherman. So, what's the next one you want to go with here? We're going to throw another one of your tracks on here.
I'll let you randomly choose there. I kind of like the randomness of it.
I like the randomness. Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You actually used a song that Froman had started writing.
We did, actually. This particular track was originally called Change the Same, written by Josh.
I played this tune when I was in the Rainy Day Field Trip.
Yeah, and so that's really where we kind of started to build upon it a little bit more. And, I told Josh back then, I said, man, I really relate to this song, dude. Like, I was it just felt like when he showed me, when we were working on that project, what I was kind of going through in my particular life at that point in time, I just felt like, man, like, Josh, you're speaking to my soul here.
Awesome.
And so, I kind of sat down, and I don't know if he remembers this, but I kind of sat down one night, and I just played it acoustically.
Oh, yeah, I remember specific, because we were in my kitchen,
yeah,
and we were just jamming out some songs, because, Brad and I were formulating the band at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember how excited you got about that song.
Yeah.
And you were like, I want to use this. And that was like 2013.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So by the time...
Whoa. So he played it in 2013. We played it in like 2016. You still haven't finished the lyrics?
No.
I mean, it's just...
Come on, dude. One day I asked him in practice, what are you singing at that part? He goes, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I called Josh up one night, and I said, man, it's like, I would really be honored. Tell me no if you want, but I'd really like to utilize this song and put it on this new record that I'm putting together. And I'll keep it as true to how you wrote it as possible with your lyrics. The only thing I'm going to change is maybe 1/3 verse, and then instead of change the same, I'm going to call it The Truth Remains the Same. Because it was just that purity of it, It's like everything I was kind of going through, everything the lyrics said, it just felt like it hit me hard, like it was speaking truth to me.
So are we going to...
let me ask a question. Would you rather we play the disc version, or would you like to play it acoustically?
We can play the disc version, I think.
Because it's pretty good.
Okay.
It floored me to know that I had any sort of credit.
Yeah, he told me about it one day, and I was like, what? So I listened to it, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, he's definitely got the co-writing credit on this one. So this one is Truth Remains the Same, which was previously Changed the Same, written by Josh Froman, and co-written and rewritten by myself and Ryan Cook for the production.
The drummer producer guy.
Yeah.
Oh, we got his name written down, trust me.
It's written down. I saw your clipboard.
We also feature Andy McDonald on this one, a good buddy of mine.
Michael McDonald?
I think that's his illegitimate son. I swear. Sometimes I tease him about it. They got the same eyebrows.
Okay. If you call him and say, when you going to be here, does he say, yeah, I'm going to be there?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be there?
He'll be here eventually. Starting of a brand new day.
Woo, yeah.
So we had a little synth lead on here just to kind of jazz it up a little bit.
I'm digging it. Your voice is strong.
Thank you.
You have a strong vibrato.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I wanted to put a echo chorus on this to make it sound like Josh was singing with me in layers. I remember I invited him to the studio when we were recording it, and he couldn't make it for some reason. I think he had to watch his kids or work.
Yeah, that's a whole thing going on. I was pretty bummed.
And I told him, I said, man, I told Ryan, I said, dude, we've got to make it sound like Josh is on this with me. And so we went through and we're just messing with all these chorus effects for the vocals. And I was like, this is it. And then Ryan goes in and sings a harmony, and we blended it together, and between my voice and Ryan's voice, we found Josh's voice in the chorus. And it just sounds like all three of us are there.
It turned out really good. It's got that, but you got a very, very pretty sound going with it, and I like how the grit on it as well. That you got that little growl and intensity.
Yeah. I wanted to have
this bridge you wrote.
Yeah, you wrote a bridge here.
Yeah, we added the bridge. Yeah, which was the third verse that became the bridge.
Yeah, because it always worked well as a 2-verse song.
Yeah.
So I really handwritten the 2 verses. I just am not good at bridges or really a lot of things. I can just write verses and choruses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so just simple. And then I get somebody like you guys tell me to put some meat and taters on it like this.
This is Andy right here playing the guitar solo. He fell in love with it. He loved it. And it took him 25 tracks to put this one together.
Really?
And we finally put it together. And I think it's one of the best solos that he's ever done. He loved it as well.
You gotta have that straightforward urgency sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's totally got that rockin', like, come with me vibe.
I'm a guitar boner guy. What kind of guitar is he playing for this solo?
I think he's on a Fender Telecaster.
Telecaster, nice.
Yeah, and then you got this little part right here is the next little... Yeah. So, raccoons are adorable until one rips your fucking face off.
The trash pandas.
Then you're both train wrecks.
That is true.
It's true. Because, you know, it's like, I couldn't handle just shaving my eyebrows off. I don't know if I could, like, look at myself in the mirror. I get rid of my mustache, my life's ruined.
Oh, man, I could not get rid of my eyebrows.
Even for, I would do it for $100.
100? Shoot, that's steep.
I think if I shaved my eyebrows, I'd have to shave the head, the beard, and everything. I'd have to just shave it all.
Oh,
right.
Dude, you look like the guy from Powder?
Yeah.
The guy that killed that one guy?
Which one? The guy in Powder?
Yeah, that guy. For the ease of conversation.
Yeah, I don't remember. There was Powder and then there was Phenomenon. I didn't see either of them.
Phenomenon.
They seem like the same kind of...
There's a gnat flying around here, and it's killing me.
That was going after the fly, not him.
That probably looked wrong to me.
Yeah. All right. I don't know.
I think the flies are attracted to this beer, so we should probably drink it quicker.
I'm sorry. I've just been
It is a good beer. It is a good beer.
It is a sippable beer. I figured it'd be good.
Oh, the drop came down and hit me on.
I'm not used to beers like this being sippable. Usually a really hoppy IPA I consider a sipping beer.
Yeah. And that's just funny because a lot of IPAs, it's weird. Zombie Dust is the only one that I really found that I really enjoyed. Made by Three Floyds.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of IPAs, I'm sorry guys, I sometimes just don't like them. You know, I think they're a little bit too bitter.
I was a hater, and then I've just been drinking so much beer in 12 episodes.
Speaking of beers, I left some beers in the freezer.
What is he gonna get?
I'm gonna get them out of the freezer before they explode, and I wasted $10.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nah, he didn't. Oh, freezer. Okay, I was gonna say he didn't waste it because he'll just drink it later. All right, so got a few more questions here for you, my friend.
Sure.
Everyone wants to be on TV. I mean, me too. Sure. Except I want it to be on Dateline.
Hopefully not on To Catch a Predator.
Oh, no. Come on, man.
Can you explain why you got a bag of Taco Bell and peach pump?
You know, I should probably reread these before we come down. Oh, well, anything can be taken out of context.
Are you taking my cards?
I took the stack there. I thought you took my cards.
No, these are my cards.
Actually, Harley is our guy, man. He makes sure that everything gets typed out on cards.
That's awesome.
I use a typewriter.
That's awesome.
I can't ask for a better friend than that.
Right. Well, I even steal people's quotes for these cards. Like, my dick is like me, 5'7" and stocky. It'd be a good firefighter.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's a Froman quote.
Yeah, 5'7" and stocky. We'll get the couch moved for you, Mrs. Miller.
I love moving couches.
And lemonade. My girlfriend asked me, can I still have a date with your dick tonight? I said, sure, how about February 7th?
I'm going to take these for you read all of them.
I've cussed more on tonight's show than ever. This is good. I'm getting it out. I'm purging.
It's because most of these cards are very, very dirty.
Should give them a bath.
I write them when I'm drunk.
Yeah. Old man dirty jokes by Harlow's Cantina.
Harlow's Cantina.
So what happened to our freezer beers?
I left them in the fridge. I didn't know if we were still drinking this or if we wanted to go with something new.
That's up to the guest. This is pretty good. I can stick with this.
If you guys want to kill this, we can kill it.
Let's kill it.
Yeah.
Get to pouring.
All right. Well,
start with the guest.
How about I have you pour this while I put on this next track, which is...
Sounds good to me.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
All right.
Now, I never knew about Jackson Hole, Wyoming until this song, and then I saw the eclipse happen there from the television.
Beautiful.
Actually, it's from my computer, possibly my phone, but it was there, and it was cool, and I was like, oh yeah, that's that song that Brad
And
did.
it was a thing.
I'd say Jackson Hole, Wyoming, if there's ever a heaven on earth in Mount Teton Range, it's right there in Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Mount Teton.
All right.
That means Mount Boobies.
Dude, Brews approved.
In 2005, I went out to the Mount Teton Range with a couple good buddies of mine, and it was after my first relationship, marriage. I've never really been married, but we were supposed to get married. What caused our marriage to dissipate was the fact that my first fiance decided that she wanted to have an abortion, that she wasn't quite ready to settle down and have children just yet. So that, of course, dissipated our relationship. So this song is actually about all of my feelings going out to that snowboarding expedition trip, and how I handled that emotion of losing a child and still trying to become that man, that father that I hope to someday, become at the age of 22, 21 at the time. I was still young when that happened. But this is what this song is. It's about dealing with that heartache of losing a child and hoping someday you can get that chance again to maybe become a father.
I've been through the same thing, sir.
Cheers.
It's weird the memories you bury until you're drinking.
Yeah.
And you had a special guest on this track.
I did. Actually, the beautiful female vocals are from our good friend Nikki Smith. Also added Greg Fratsky on the acoustic guitar. I'm playing the bass guitar, and again Ryan Cook is on the drums.
So this album's going to be all over the place. You got like the hard rock, and then you got like the folksy indie rock sound.
Yeah. I'm going with an alternative folk.
Okay.
Not so much country, not so much pop rock, but it's kind of right in the middle. I don't really want to label it indie because I don't feel that it's indie. But I do feel alternative folk will kind of put you right there.
Yeah, I can dig it.
For the people at home, I was checking the YouTube for the first time, and something we need to learn to do is how to read comments and stuff while we're doing this, but I don't think people realize how hands-on this is.
Yeah, we're just like in-depth in these beer cups.
We need a PR guy, but Dickie, you the man. I see you were on there, and he likes bratwurst.
Oh yeah, Dickie's Beer Reviews. I said, hey Dickie, and I think he left the feed.
Yeah, it's cool, man. He said drink some more beers, guys, and I like his style.
Yeah. I've checked him out a little bit. He drinks beers, reviews them, does short covers of songs. That's his whole thing.
He sounds like us. That's cool.
He uploads a lot.
But just him alone.
Pretty much. I think he has a couple buddies on occasion. I haven't checked his whole catalog.
Yeah, that's cool though. Well, maybe we can link in with him and show off some of his goods as well. I'll have to check out some of the stuff. I just thought it was just some friend, but now I realize he's a best friend.
Those are the best kind?
Right. You know, the best kind of friends are those that'll agree to be on your show and bring you beer to drink.
Absolutely.
I'm coming to your birthday party, sir.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude.
I haven't had a birthday party since I was 27 years old.
Same. Same.
Yeah.
Well, when I hit my 40th, I'll tell you what, we'll do that.
Yeah,
we'll do a
Lordy.
40-year celebration.
I like them Lordy
There
celebrations. Those are cool, dude.
Yeah.
Lordy.
I like that song. It was nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, smooth like this.
Damn good beer. Damn good brew. I'm screwing it up already.
That's how you know it's good. Are you slurring your speech before beers number 3s?
Yeah.
A little bit.
I mean, I couldn't even say instrumentalist earlier.
I mean, one beer at like 7% plus another beer at like, that's like 14%. That's how it works, right?
I don't know math like that, dude. All I know is 2 beers, I'm drunk.
That's beer algebra.
Beer algebra.
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 All I gotta say is for my Lyft customers, I'm not available this evening.
That's probably in their best interest.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. They need a good conversation. We could just take this show in your car. Can we just do that one time? Just pick up random people and have interviews on the way to their stops?
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But some dude just got in trouble recently for filming all of his pickups. Like, he has a camera in his car, and when he picks people up, he films it.
Well, I think there's probably a fine line in what he's doing.
Probably.
Well, there could be some privacy in that.
All women are beautiful. I just want to take images of them.
It's not the bang bus.
Yeah, right.
It ain't cash cab either.
We would legitimately be like, hey, we're going to interview you on the way. What's your favorite hot dog meat? And they'd say, I like beef hot dogs.
I like that kind of like Jell-O.
Yeah. Yeah.
And back to Bill Cosby. Here we go.
Right? In case you didn't know, Kohl's is like the new Kmart. If you don't believe me, go check it out.
What's that mean? Like it's going away?
No, I mean, like, remember how Kmart was like the Walmart reject? Like, everyone else went to Kmart?
Oh, you mean the people going there?
I'm not saying nothing.
But yeah, I always feel like they're snooty, but for no reason. It's like, yeah, you can afford $45 khakis, but I'm just going to get them on clearance for freaking $7 2 months later.
This is a hot button topic. Let's go ahead and talk about something else.
It's like the dollar movie. I'll go to the dollar movie for a movie to see it versus seeing it fresh. Because all you got to wait is like freaking 6 weeks half the time. And then, like, I saw Deadpool 2 twice.
Infinity Wars. What do you guys think about that, man? That was a great one.
I did not see it.
Pretty awesome. I saw that in the drive-in Skyline movie
Yeah.
theater in Shelbyville. I'm gonna plug that in there too. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I wanted the beer in my ears. And
I was just kind of thinking. I was like, the Megalodon movie that's coming out, the Meg.
Oh, is that what that means?
Oh,
yeah.
I did not even put that together. I was like, Meg, a shark.
I was like, new Jaws?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so stupid. No, that's cool now.
Well, I thought about, the way that Hollywood's kind of going is like there's a lot of Chinese-produced films now that are being produced in China.
Just look at Netflix.
But now it's coming here for the U.S. Consumption, which I find that's kind of interesting, really. I mean, there's a lot of those films that are kind of bigger budget over there now instead of here.
Well, they got a lot more people than us, too.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably...
And a lot more air pollution. Seriously. Respiratory masks are like a fashion thing over there.
Yeah, it's for smog and for bird flu.
Right?
SARS, that's making a comeback.
You know what? I mean, let's think about how we say Donald Trump wants to build this wall along the Rio Grande and southern border of United States, right? Well, China's got a great wall, so to speak, right?
Yeah, that's true. They do.
That's true.
And I see people walking along that wall all the time.
People love it.
Yeah, but it's just it's the approach. I think is what it all comes down to. Because that wall had a lot. There's just like bodies in that wall.
There is.
Well,
they're like, I can't build anymore, and then they just died, and then just like people were like building.
It's like the Hoover Dam.
Supposedly. I mean, I don't know if the mythos is true. They're probably like, dude, we gotta get rid of this body like a normal person would. I mean, that's probably not like a...
Well, and I think about, all the jobs that could possibly create. But then again, I think about immigration, and then I think to myself, well, can't they just fly over the damn things? I mean, I thought they were coming.
Yeah, dude, drones. You get about 100 drones. You're over that wall, dude.
Oh, man. I don't know about you guys. But let's keep the politics out of Dudes, Tunes, and Brews like always.
Fair enough.
If you could bring anyone back from the dead just to tell them that they suck, who would it be? And would you care about their feelings?
No.
You thought Reagan sucked?
You think he sucks? Oh, hey, you're doing it again.
Right.
We're talking about actor Ronald Reagan.
Okay, actor Ronald Reagan.
That movie you did in 64 sucks.
No, I heard he was actually... that's the thing. It's like about him is people are like, oh, he's just a B actor. He was actually a pretty big deal at his time.
No, he was actually.
Surprisingly.
And I think that's what's crazy about how we've kind of come around full circle. Is that you don't have to be necessarily real to be a human, I guess, to run the presidency. I mean, you could be an actor. It's like an actor.
Oh, yeah. It's a popularity contest. It's like that Man of the Year movie with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
It just happens to be a glitch. See, that's the thing about movies and stuff is they kind of... They really kind of prophesize-ish things, but I think it's kind of like horoscopes, to where they ballpark it just enough to have potential situations. Once it hits, you're like, oh my god, they told the truth, you know? But it's just a matter of circumstance. It's usually coincidental, I think.
But for real, too, who could we really bring back from the dead to tell them that they really sucked?
But I would have to be facetious about
Erwin Rommel.
Explain, who was Erwin Rommel?
The Desert Fox.
Still not ringing a bell.
He was a Nazi.
Oh, right in the face!
He led the African campaign. That's why they called him the Desert Fox.
Jeez, dude, that's like he's the real deal.
He was a real jerk.
Oh, good one. Hey, for real though, I don't know. I think once you're dead, you're dead. I'm kind of that way. I just kind of like it's like you can be like a really big jerk while you're alive, but then once you're dead, it's like you're out of our hands.
Yeah,
you're in an inevitable
like you
place.
got what was coming.
Yeah, because it's like, can you imagine coming back, like actually coming back to your body? That's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
I talk about the hangover. So, if toenails could talk, what would yours say?
Hey man, thanks for finally getting a pedicure done because it's been too goddamn long.
Hey, wait a second.
Yeah, me and my fiance went and got some pedicures done the other day, and honestly, to tell you the truth, it felt damn good to get them done.
Never done it.
Took care of my feet, and they look pretty good because you know what? I mean, I've got some jank toenails, and they look the best they've ever looked in their entire life. So thanks, baby, for taking me to get a pedicure.
So did they also shave and powder your feet because they look
smooth? Well, they did. They took a pumice stone and they went around my heels and around like the balls of my feet and around where my toes are. And you know, then I had this little Asian lady, man. She was just doing a real good job, man. Give me a
little ethnic lady
and doing good, man. And well, I mean, I don't know where she was about, so I was gonna say maybe Vietnamese, but yeah, man, she did a great job. Feels good. So I'd say my toes would probably thank me for taking care of them.
Awesome. Mine would say thanks for not having any more of those crappy 90s comforters with that crappy fleece on the inside that always snagged me.
Oh, those are the worst.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
But it's either that or the Afghan when you stayed at a buddy's house.
Oh,
and the Afghan doesn't even do anything. It's like a pretend blanket.
Unless it's like the AC's on, it's summer night, screw the Afghan.
You know what I've always wondered about the Afghan was like, are they made in Afghanistan?
I don't know. I always wondered that too because it's like first of all, I never knew there was a name for them forever. I always called it the Roseanne blanket.
Right. It's called a throw blanket.
Yeah, it was like the couch throw blanket that was like, but we had one that looked exactly like the one on the Roseanne couch.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, to a T. And so it was like, and then somebody like was going through the neighborhood putting flyers in mailbox like Afghans for sale, and I'm like, what? What does that mean?
Remember the band, the Afghan Wigs?
Yeah, that's a great '90s band.
Yeah, old school alternative.
Yeah, Wigs spelled WHIGS, I believe.
Yeah.
We'll have to look them up
later. The old political party?
It gets political again. Yeah. Hey, the other day I went to a bike party, and I go, hey, we can all be our own political thing. We just ride around the city on bikes.
Yelling about stuff you want.
So what do you think about those scooters that they had downtown? You know,
what scooters?
They were like indie blue type scooters or whatever. I guess they had them for like a hot minute, and then they took them off.
I don't even remember them.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of all the rage here the past couple of weeks. They had like these scooters that you could use to like kind of cruise around the city, and I guess people were kind of using them and then just kind of leaving them just wherever. But then the state comes and confiscates all of these scooters and just, says that until they can figure out what they're going to do and how they're going to do it more efficiently.
Oh, they're already done?
Yeah, there's no more scooters anymore.
They literally just released them like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so it's like it was kind of like a here today, gone today kind of.
Wow, they made a big deal about it in the newspaper and everything. The newspaper.
Yeah.
Put it in print.
Printing press.
Remember, newspapers used to be, I got a newspaper the other day and I said, okay, newspaper, what's the weather? And that son of a bitch didn't say a damn thing. It's broken.
Yeah, dude. What?
Newspapers.
It's like newsprint in my ear. More like news Sprint, because Sprint sucks as a phone company. Am I right? And actually, they're coming together with T-Mobile now, so they're the biggest conglomeration.
So they're going to be called Sprint Mobile or what?
Sprint Mobile.
Sprinty Mobile. Sprinty Mobile.
Sprinty Mobile.
I don't know what they're going to be called, and I don't want to think about it.
I get freaking that cheap $25 a month service. That's cool, except for between 6 and 8 p.m. when everybody else is probably using their internet, and they're just like, no, you don't get it. You don't get to your internet tonight. So Wi-Fi saves me again.
Whatever, dude. I mean, you're busy during those times anyways with the
6 to 8. Yeah.
this great show here.
Yeah, well, we're competing with The Simpsons.
No one cares about The Simpsons. If we had the advertising, we'd be on top.
Yeah, we'd be on top of Marge.
That's a big hairdo.
I wonder what the sink, like the freaking bathtub is like, cleaning out that drain.
I'd imagine so, dude. They probably have to take a long auger to that.
Long one. There's 100 different ways to do one thing, but no wrong way to smear your own feces.
I'd have to say that's right. You're either doing it properly or you're not doing it at all.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well go ape shit.
Right?
When you start throwing it at people, though, it does change a whole lot of your dynamic with your relationship. But I mean, that's what we're here for, is to build relationships and possibly throw things.
Yeah, I love to throw things.
You know what I like to throw? Tantrums.
I heard that.
Yes. Oh, man. But I tell you, in a world full of Arby's roast beef sandwiches, strive to be a McRib.
That's true. Because you're seasonal, you're delicious, and gall darn it, you taste good with a Dr. Pepper.
You know what? I do love the McRib, and I'm not a McDonald's fan, but I will tell you, every time that McRib is on that menu, I eat it up.
I jump a little bit.
Yeah.
I squeal like a gerbil.
He went meme crazy for like 3 months.
The McRib was my meme thing for a while. I make memes on the side. This isn't my real job.
Yeah, this is a side gig.
Yet another side gig.
He's got several. All he is side gigs. He's actually the jack of all trades, master of many.
Master of many.
Master of none.
That's the way to do it.
Because he's a very spiritual man. He's a monk.
I walk into that habit and they're like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, you damn right.
Damn right. I brought popcorn and crossword puzzles. We getting down.
So wait a second. You're talking about popcorn. Now, you get those popcorn tins.
The Christmas ones?
Yeah, and then, so do you eat all 3 popcorns? What's your 2? I'm sure there's your 2 favorites. In the
butter and cheddar.
Cheddar. I like the cheddar and the caramel, yeah.
I'm a caramel guy.
Caramel?
You don't mix
cheddar and caramel?
Yeah. Chicago style.
Why do people do that?
It's because it's awesome. It's sweet, it's salty, it's cheesy.
They have the paper divider in there for a reason.
Because they're, they're political.
Again, they're separate.
Yeah, I want them to be... all popcorn lives matter.
Call me old-fashioned, but I like to eat my popcorn tin one flavor at a time.
So why don't you just buy a tin with just caramel?
Because you can't, asshole.
So you telling me you would not mix caramel butter together?
I probably would.
Actually, that sounds pretty good.
The caramel's my least favorite. I would probably do that just to get rid of it.
This might be showing our age a little bit, but remember the old Target Mall, that place called Corny's?
Oh, dude, where it's like 80 different types of popcorn.
Oh, it was like blueberry popcorn.
It was so intense with the dye colors and stuff. You could get blue,
awesome.
like it would be blue popcorn, red popcorn. They'd be like cinnamon flavored, some weird tropical.
Yeah,
it was weird, but it tasted like that food coloring to me.
It was definitely a treat, and when you think about it, it was always something kind of cool. You walked into this Target Mall, where now is no longer Target Mall. The old Karma used to be there. Now
Joann Fabrics.
Yeah, Joann Fabrics is all that stuff.
Yeah, and then they had the Mr. Wags there where I used to go get my Chucks.
Yeah,
IRC
Music and all that. It's no longer that. It's no longer that anymore.
You could thank Guitar Center for that.
But yeah,
I can tell you, as soon as Guitar Center showed up, people were like, IRC. Well, actually, people were like, all the small mom and pop ones were going to go away, but I pretty much assumed IRC was going to go out.
Yeah,
they hung on for a while.
Guitars and More, I think I was really surprised.
They went out.
They went quick. Yeah. That was the one that's now Thai Spice.
Thai Spice is now
which is an awesome restaurant.
It's great. I go in there and I cry a little bit.
I think it was actually it's like you're eating your Tad Pie. Is that what it's called? Pad Thai?
I'm eating my spring rolls, dipping on a sweet, sauce. And I'm crying because I'm sitting where I used to play Rickenbackers.
Yeah, that's true. Could you imagine if you could play the Rickenbacker while eating Thai Spice? If they could somehow come together?
Oh my God.
Now, that's what's the problem with the world. They're like, we have to be a restaurant or a guitar store. What?
On the contrary.
Right.
These strings are made out of spaghetti.
I mean, honestly, I would like to walk into Thai Spice and have some guy sitting there playing the sitar. You know, like put him in the corner. I want live sitar music.
Some kind of music.
I could go into any room with a guy playing sitar, and I'd probably be like, "This is the room I'm supposed to be in."
Right.
It's like flames come up. Normally it feels like hell, but somehow it's like passionate and beautiful. And it makes him dance with this George Harrison like.
True.
Is he considered like a true sitar master?
I wouldn't say a master. I mean, he bought one once and recorded a few songs.
I love the inner.
He got this huge boner for India in like the late '60s.
Well, I could never figure out what.
I think they went to India and they sat with the Maharashi Yoshi or the Yoshi guy, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, I'll rub your junk." And like they just got obsessed with the guy. And
well,
like once they came back to the UK or the States or whatever, they're like, "Oh, what were we thinking?" And George was like, "Dude,
it's my religion.
It's my religion now." Yeah. But he did good things after that. He had the concert for Bangladesh. Yeah. He raised money for shit, but he blew his voice out like crazy. There's recordings of him doing that show, and he's doing the "What Is My Life," and his voice is just so raw and haggard.
Merle.
That's true. Like he's screaming, and his voice is just shredded and gone, and he's still just trying to put on a good show for these people.
I love listening to All Things Must Pass, and some of the songs I'm like, that could have been a Beatles song.
Hold on now, Charles Frohman, Chicago Style has cheese, caramel, and butter.
Are you telling me that it has all? Well, he's a Frohman. Frohman is synonymous for Chicago.
This is the only Frohman I listen to.
Abe
Charles Frohman. Keep it to yourself. I don't want to hear about your weird popcorn fetishes.
Well, you know, Abe Frohman is my uncle, and he's the sausage king of Chicago.
What does that mean?
Awesome. It means he loves... hey, he's rich. He's a hard-working man. That's all I know. How he patties his meat, I tubes it, I don't know. All I know is we're making money somehow. I'm poor.
You ain't making no money.
I'm not making
You got that post office money.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
That's all I just show
up. That government cheese, right?
Right.
Oh, man. It's so easy, but it's like you have to show up and just be there. And
I think that's the shittiest part about a job is that, you know, don't have any ideas when you're working for somebody else. Yeah. You know, because you're not really there to make their life any easier other than the fact that you can handle your job. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, for real. Like, if you can go somewhere where you're not micromanaged...
Yeah.
Then it's cool, but then there's that fine line of like, all right, I've been sitting here for X amount of time, without anybody telling me not to.
Right?
Who's maybe I should be an adult about this and actually do something.
Well, sometimes you kind of need a group, man. Sometimes, you know, I think creative people like ourselves need group dynamic from time to time.
Sure, it's good because many hands on a project, it gets done lickety split. Yeah, it's done, and then you're all just hanging out,
or not.
Or not, yeah. Depends on if you celebrate too quickly. Like if you celebrate like you've finished the job and you haven't even moved the bricks, then I think that's a whole different thing.
I once wrote basically an 18-page report on the artificial heart by myself, because my other group was pieces of shit.
And I heard that one of his partners that was in that group is dead.
No, but my teacher looked like Mr. Noodle from Sesame Street.
Oh.
Speaking of PBS, I was kind of thinking that we could do like a Mr. Rogers kind of vibe, you know, like in the neighborhood here. You know what I mean? Like when Mr. McFeely comes over, right?
That'd be whoa, that's post office territory again.
Right. But you know, I mean, like you got the green screen here. You know, you could do like the
that's movie magic.
We got the what? We just got the banner behind us.
You know,
glitchy snow above your head.
But we can do like some kind of cool, like the trolley goes off into another world. You know,
trolley goes off and like picks up a bunch of hookers and does blow off Ted Dance's nostrils
with Mr. McFeely showing up, and he's like, "Hey there, Mr. McFeely."
Why was there never a crossover, Mr. Rogers, Bob Ross?
Did you see that animation? That
I did not.
It was like it starts off like it's gonna be like they're gonna fight, and then they end up painting pictures together. It was really it was adorable.
He beat the devil out of it.
Sounds like a Robot Chicken episode to me.
But it was Newgrounds.
Okay.
I mentioned was it you? Somebody recently posted this tiny drum set where they were playing the Slipknot.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Yeah, and I said something about Newgrounds.com.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, like early web, like I'm talking like 98. there was this website, newgrounds.com, which had like cutting edge animation, like flash animation and stuff at the time. It was really cool, and we're talking 33.6 days. And my friend Mike Stuckey, he had 56K because he was a rich kid, and I was stayed over there, and I had 56K, and it was awesome.
He was on that.
He must have been from Center Grove.
Yeah, Center Grove is. Yeah. Mike, I love you, man. You changed my life as a kid. I needed you. But the reality is, like, I would just sit around just watching these animations and stuff on this newgrounds.com. It still exists, though.
Yeah.
Long story short. And I saw this Bob Ross, Mr. Rogers crossover. There's like them almost fighting in this field, and then they end up painting together, and it's really cool.
That's awesome.
Not to get, spoiler alert.
I tell you, there's a fine, small, minute amount of men that I would hug for an indefinite amount of time, and Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers is both.
Oh yeah,
they both fall in that category.
Three-way party hug on that.
If you're going to throw a third one, John Candy.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Mr. Rogers.
Absolutely endorsed by DTB, for sure. I
would hug all three of those men indefinitely.
I have a great photograph in my phone of Bob Ross snuggling up with a raccoon.
Well, I think we should probably play another one of these songs here.
Let's go with, what do you think? Reflections?
Maybe.
Or Carving Our Names?
What else we got? Throw some titles at me.
The Darkness.
Wait, I'm digging this Carving Our Names. Like, I like that name.
I like it too. It's very raw.
It's very raw.
I haven't heard it, actually.
I haven't heard it either.
And I would like to hear it.
So, Froman is going to put this music on. I'm going to go grab a beer out of the fridge that has been on ice. And Scott's going to tell you a little bit about this song, Carving Our Names.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
You have the camera. Camera's yours.
All right. Well, this song was originally written by Greg Fratsky and William Adams, or known as Bill Adams, a lot of people. I was in a band with them called HT3, and we kind of grew up together with this song. Man, this is a song that was an original that we had for a while, and Greg would play for a while, and always really liked this song. Always, again, felt like this song kind of spoke to my soul, kind of related to me a little bit. So I had this crazy idea one day when we were in the studio, and we get done working on a song. The song was called "Gotta Be Love," and I said, well, you know what? I kind of wrote a little bit for that for you guys, and we'll put it on that HT3 record. So I'm hanging out with Greg one night over at his house. We're having a few beers, and he comes up. He's like, man, I got a great idea. He's like, your record, the way it's going, the way we're putting all this together with what you've been writing, why don't you sing Carving Our Names, and HT3 will do the music for the song, and we'll put it as a, collective that way. I said, man, that'd be great. Let's do it. And that's what happened. So here we are with Carving Our Names.
Awesome. And I have brought from the ice fridge Sierra Nevada Sidecar. It is an orange IPA, so it's going to have a lot of citrus, I'm hoping. That's why I bought it. Because I love IPAs, but I really love the citrus IPAs. If they're citrusy, they're great.
I like a Blue Moon-y type, the oranges. I think that's always what made Blue Moon good. Put a little orange twist.
That's the whole lore of the Blue Moon.
Yeah.
You put that orange in there, and you get down on it. I just love citrus in brews, man. Like you get a Dos Equis dark, and you put some lime in there. Mm-hmm. Oh man,
it is pretty nice to have a little bit of that citrus kick.
Yes. Are you a Mexican food guy?
I love Mexican food.
And you get the tall one?
Absolutely.
Pounded. We gotta, He knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's your Friday night sometimes.
You damn right. $20, I'll pay it.
Yeah.
You walk out stuffed.
Stuffed and drunk.
Right. More cheaps? You damn right, more cheaps.
Yeah.
From get over here and finish this brown beer so we can drink one of these orange IPAs while I rock.
Are these Twisties or Pop Tops?
Probably Pop Tops. Let me see. They're Pop Tops.
All right.
I do what my big brother tells me to do.
I am like the big brother figure.
It's so funny. I laugh at that though because I'm older.
He is older.
By months.
But I'm bigger.
Months is a hard word to say properly. Just like fifths. Both of which you describe when you talk about drinking. Oh my sack of
that landed right in my pocket, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect.
In your
Well, my
pocket.
friends, this is called a sidecar named Desire.
Sidecar.
Sidecar. Cheers.
Stella! Whoa.
Oh man, it's like a beer mosa.
That is like a beer mosa with grapefruit juice instead of orange juice.
Holy man.
That does taste like grapefruit.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
That made Sierra Nevada way better. In my
Woo, Sierra Nevada, you hit it out of the park with this one, bros. And ladies, I'm assuming.
You know, that's the thing about the New World. I hope the New World understands that when I say dude or bro 99% of the time, I don't care what your gender is. I have 2 daughters.
Right.
And I call them dude and bro all the time, and they get it.
Yeah.
But they're super feminine, and they get to do girly stuff
Yeah.
because I am too.
That's true, I've seen him. He has a My Little Pony collection, and he loves Kelly Ripa.
But that's for the man version of me. She's little and kind of sexy.
Kelly Ripa in half.
We're talking about that live with Kelly chick, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking she missed an opportunity. She could have been a serial killer like Jack the Ripper, Kelly the Ripper.
Missed it. Nothing.
She could have been
totally
True.
You know, Kelly the Ripper.
Kelly Ripper. Y'all were talking about Mexican food. I love burritos.
Well, you know, I always take the Kel Mitchell approach. You know, I'm a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes, you know?
Let's go back to this Mexican food for a second. What's your go-to Mexican dish, Josh?
Beans, rice, but I have to have cheese and sour cream. I'm a sucker for
Whoa, that's it? Just beans and rice?
Those are my go-to. I love beans and rice so much. So
I do too, but that's like your side dish. One is your entree. Mexican entree.
I get the Speedy Gonzales at those standard Mexican restaurants.
Which is?
It's a taco, an enchilada, beans and rice, beans and rice and something else. It's just you get 3 items and some beans and rice.
Bullshit. The taco enchilada is the number 7 everywhere.
No, this is Speedy Gonzales number 2. So it's probably something's going on here.
No, all these Mexican restaurants are owned by the same cartel. The number 7 is the same from South Dakota to New Mexico, from San Diego to freaking South Carolina.
Now, like I said in previous episodes, I don't want to get in any trouble, the Mexican mafia was involved with the description that I heard from a Spanish American.
I'm only saying this because my go-to is the number 7, taco, enchilada, beans and rice. Or if I'm feeling frisky, I will get the pollo chipotle. Scott Bradley?
I'm a fajita fan, man. Combination of fajitas, chicken, steak, and shrimp, pork if you have it.
See, I wish I was like him because that's a man that knows what he wants.
Right? I want it all and I want it now.
Extra rice, extra beans, give me a side of con queso and some chips and we're good to go.
Holy shit. This guy.
Speedy Gonzales number 2. Now, I believe it's an enchilada.
It's a sombrero and a mouse and some food that makes you run fast.
What does he say? Arriba, arriba! Andale.
Oh, and you can't forget the guacamole and sour cream.
Oh, okay.
That's good
It depends where you go, too. If I go to, an Americanized version, Qdoba,
Yeah.
I get, my,
Shout out to Patrick Froman, who's pooping while he's watching.
Hey,
he loves...
that's a true fan right
He
there.
loves
right?
to poop.
Yeah.
I do know. That's what we call the Froman.
If we are in the bathroom read, we're doing
Froman.
something good, right?
Hey, put the phone down and get back to learning those chemicals in the shampoo bottle. Am I right?
Yeah, right. And why are your legs not elevated on them poop stool things that are on the internet?
Speaking of chemicals in the shampoo bottle, I just got done watching Evolution the other day. Remember that?
Great
movie?
underrated film.
Underrated as hell from the late 90s.
David Duchovny,
Orlando
Sean
Jones,
William Scott, Orlando Bloom, Julianne Moore,
and thousands of other cameos.
Donkey Lips from
Donkey
Sleepy
Lips.
Yeah. Him and Will Sasso.
Yeah, Will
They
Sasso.
were like brothers in that movie.
Yeah.
Dude.
I love Will Sasso. I love Will Sasso.
And I'm sure he and Donkey Lips are like at these they're like shaved head brothers, and they're like talking about Head and Shoulders.
Yeah.
And that's was it the selenium in
The
it?
selenium is what is going to save this alien.
Wow.
That's what makes your hair all
Yeah.
silky smooth.
Yeah.
But it was written by the same guys who did Ghostbusters. Was it
Was it Dan Aykroyd?
Dan Aykroyd and
Because he had a
Harold
cameo
Ramis.
in it. Yeah.
Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis? I think Harold Ramis somehow
Egon.
he was involved with that, or people who were
I
involved
thought
with
Matt
this.
Groening had a little touch in that too. Maybe I was wrong.
I don't know. All I know is it was a lot of people. It was a really great film, but it was just the timing. The timing was kind of off.
Yeah.
On how awesome, but it's a cult film at this point because of it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
and honestly, I think we should tell our listeners out here to check it out.
It's funny that you mentioned that film
check it out.
when Patrick Froman, who is no relation to me,
he's pooping.
Pooping Patrick Froman, who's actually been a guest on this show with the Shelby Tattoo Girl.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, Patrick, we miss you, buddy.
Yeah,
we do miss you. He just took 2 of my rats.
We should have him in memoriam for Patrick.
We need some piano music, sad walking away music.
Yeah.
That's what we'll have. And then but I was talking. He loved Evolution as a kid.
Okay, great.
It was like he was one of those few kids that was like, dude, that movie's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he used to talk about the donkey lips, silky smooth thing.
Yeah.
So I always remember that because of him. So
Yeah.
thanks, Patrick.
Anyways,
And for those of you who don't remember, Donkey Lips was on Salute Your Shorts.
Fuck, Nick. Did you see that?
metal player, they played the kid metal.
They were in a band. And
Really?
They played some stuff.
Budnick, Bobby Budnick. What was his name? Danny Cookski?
Something like that.
Yeah. It makes me wanna fart.
Sing it right or pay the price.
Now, see, I always thought that, and this is just my own weirdness, I thought Donkey Lips grew up to be Farva in Super Troopers.
Yeah.
I can see that for real. I can see you playing Farva.
I am Farva.
Yeah. No, I've always thought of you though as the guy from Balls of Fury, and I've told you that before.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that's also in that new Harry Potter spinoff, which that's probably the best movie he's been in. He did a really good job in that. He played like the comedic role, but he also played like the love interest.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a really good job on that. So.
Going back to Salute Your Shorts, I was watching a video a few weeks ago, but it was the guy from Ghost singing a Metallica song at something that was like honoring Metallica. And all I could think the whole time was, it was nice to see that Zeke the plumber found something else to do with his life.
Zeke the plumber.
So wait. He was in the movie Ghost, which is the third part of the Ghost trilogy.
No. It was the singer from the band Ghost.
Oh. Sorry.
And he looked like freaking Zeke the plumber.
That's hilarious.
So I don't know the Ghost is the one where the dude's got the face paint.
Yeah,
and and stuff.
it's like their image is way off from their sound.
It does not sound anything we expected.
It's all pop music.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Zeke the plumber make a cameo in Are You Afraid of the Dark as one of their episodes, as one of the creepy custodians?
Who was Zeke the plumber?
wasn't the guy at Camp Anawana Zeke the plumber? Like, just fooling people? What was the counselor's name?
Ugg?
Yes!
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
This is
pretty
great.
sure that was...
Okay, well, we're talking Nick News right now, which was a great Sunday program, by the way. It's probably the best reporting in the world was Nick News.
It really went to bed,
But the guy, the Indian guy, or Mexican guy, I don't mean to get there with that, but his ethnicity on Hey Dude.
Oh, the Indian guy.
So he was actually Indian as crap.
name
was Native American.
Yeah,
His name
Native
was
American.
Danny too, yeah.
He was the United States Inuit.
Yeah.
So he was
He's like, hey, horse.
he disappeared. Nobody knows where he's at. They're like, they think he's dead.
Oh.
Or is this car salesman guy? Like, nobody knows.
That's what people said about Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters. Like, we'd make a sequel, but we don't know where the black guy went.
What happened to him? What's wrong with Ernie Hudson?
He was in this. Was he in Oz recently?
The last film I saw
Oz?
was...
He was recently in Frankie and What's Her Face on Netflix with the two old bitches,
Oh, girl.
Grace and Frankie.
Gracie
Yeah.
and Frankie.
The Gildo
was,
Show.
What's her name?
Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin.
Lily Tomlin.
Lily Tomlin, the
Looks
female
great.
version of Ace Frehley, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, because she's got her troupe, but she's really the main person, I'd say. She's got the job.
I'm just saying that Ace Frehley and Lily Tomlin bear a striking resemblance from man and woman.
Oh, you mean the way they look? Because I'd say Lily Tomlin now would have my vote versus Lily Tomlin 1974.
I'm still going with Candace Bergen 74.
Oh, God, dude.
Holy shit. Should we play another song or do something?
I say one more song for sure. We got a few songs.
Hey, shout out to Shelby Tattoo Lady Rhea. She just chimed in. Hey, boys. Was that enough Y's?
Oh, no Z's?
There's no Z's. I'm disappointed in you, Shelby, for not using any Z's.
And hey, Shelby, great job on this banner here. You did a really good... It's me.
What's going on?
I'm not Weatherman Josh right now. Good job on the banner behind us. She painted that herself.
If you see, the T is coming up in a high front, and it's going down to this music note in the brew. That's a low front there.
Right down in the...
And they're going to, like, meet in the middle and, like, do some fucking and, like, make rain.
What kind of note is that, Harles?
It's a brown note.
Which is a B flat.
That's actually a quarter note.
B flat minor.
I remember music. I know some stuff. I don't just play and write it.
The gap in Madonna's teeth. Word or against it?
What utilization are we going for?
Aesthetics.
Aesthetics. Hate it.
Sexiness.
I would use it for a birdhouse, but I would leave it at that.
Okay, I think I could measure the circumference of a circle based off this.
Scott Bradley, cats or dogs? Who is the son of a bitch?
You know what? I love both cats and I love dogs. But man, I tell you what, cats can be some real sons of bitches.
You damn right.
Yeah.
And they're sneaky about it too.
Real sneaky.
Now, Scott Bradley, we've got 2 discs here. We got one more song we're going to play before we get to our after-hours special.
Okay.
And do we want to go Porch Light or do we want to go The Darkness?
I'm leaning towards Porch Light because that's a cool title.
And I'll tell you, I've heard the Porch Light.
Is this back porch or front porch?
Either porch, but preferably the front porch.
Is this just like an imagery of a light in the dark?
Yeah, pretty much. The song's about pretty much lost love and lost inspiration. The olive branch is the porch light, pretty much, of letting them know that, hey, you know what, I'm going to continue to move on. If you feel like coming back, the porch line is left open for you. The
whole light is like a symbolic thing for, like a lost love or finding something. I've written a song years ago called Leave a Light On.
Yeah.
Which is basically about the same, the love is fading, but if you leave it on, I will find it.
Absolutely. I think love is the ultimate light.
That is true.
It's the light that we can sometimes see in rose-tinted colored glasses. But we always know that it will be there if we leave our hearts open to it.
You're damn right. You're damn right. What's that? Shining like a ray of light.
Like a ray of light.
I was going for a Madonna quote. That's all I know.
Now, who's on the lead guitar on this one?
Again, Andy McDonald. And then I'm playing the acoustic guitar and the bass on this, and then Ryan's on the drums. And my lead vocals as well.
So me and you are almost identical. We're singer-songwriters.
Yep.
We're originally bass players.
Yep.
We play guitar, rhythm, and lead.
Yep.
And we just do it all.
Yep. It's what I'm seeing? A connection in the future of teaming up and doing a song.
I'm down.
Cheers.
I'll cheers.
You heard it here first, folks, on Dudes, Tudes, and
Brews. We're going to write some music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down. I just quit my band, so I'm freelance now.
I think that's the way to be. I've worked with many projects over the years, but it's all about choice.
I mean, I'm going to commit to this band. Then you're left in someone else's pocket until they feel like they've got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing is, I'm sure you can say the same thing, is that we've been very blessed to work with the projects we've worked with.
Hey,
but when you're freelance, you get to decide when it's on your turn.
Exactly. Exactly. Kind of like your whole premise of going back and looking at stuff that you wrote 10 years ago. I've been trying to do that myself lately, going back and stuff, because there's stuff from projects that I never even put towards a project that's just been sitting and just like in the dark getting dust.
Yeah.
And I can commend that, going back and bringing that shit back to life.
Yeah.
Back to life.
Thank you.
So, favorite bass player?
Well, I'm going to have to say currently Les Claypool, of course. But if we really want to go into the whole grand scheme of all of it.
Who's your favorite bass? Who got you started playing bass?
Bootsy Collins.
Oh, snap. Oh, glory bebop.
Bootsy Collins, man, was the dude.
Oh, man.
The flash, the funk, the flavor.
You got to hit that one. You got to hit that one.
It was good. And then I was like Geddy Lee of Rush,
Geddy Lee.
So that was the beautiful thing about all of that growing up. I loved metal, I loved hip hop, I loved funk, I loved the psychedelic, like Pink Floyd, I loved like the Led Zeppelins. I loved that stuff growing up. And then metal came into play, and then I started seeing bands like Metallica and Pantera, and so it all just really kind of started to make sense to me. You know, like, but the thing was, bass was driven hard in all of those styles of music.
Yeah, especially when music was in the forefront. See, when I first met you, we were in choir class together.
Yeah, we were.
Which I believe was your senior year, my freshman year.
That sounds about right.
Because you were class
2001 premisely, but I graduated a little earlier in 2000.
So you were a bit of an upperclassman.
Oh wow! So he was kind of like he was kind of like your Brent Lacefield, because that's kind of how my
like I met him and he was always super kind back then when he was an upperclassman, and I was like, oh, this guy knows a lot about music. But you were really big into like Stained.
Yeah.
I remember Finger 11 at the time.
There was a particular track that I liked from Finger 11.
Well, Finger 11 I think was one of those bands that was like, there wasn't a lot of stuff from them, but the few tracks, like, people were like, they're going to be great, and then they kind of went a weird place.
Yeah.
But they were okay. I'm sure they're probably one of those bands live in bars and stuff. They're probably pretty
I always said that Paralyzer track was pretty good.
That was a fun place to come because that was like 10 or 12 years after when I initially met you.
Yeah.
So, in choir class, which we had Anderson, which was a great teacher of singing.
Dan Anderson.
Which is fun to think that you and I were actually in the school of singing together at one point.
Yeah.
Two like wildly different styles, but still.
And that's one thing. I mean, we can talk about Center Grove again. I mean, we were very blessed. I mean, at the time, because I felt like not only did we have a good sports and athletic department, but we had a very good music department as well.
And your concession stands, I heard, were bar none.
They were,
for real. Yeah. Really, I mean, it was one of those things. Like I was like the ghetto kid in the rich school.
Yeah,
I lived in the valley, which anybody from there knows. Like we were poor, like for real.
I think that's the beautiful thing about Center Grove is that there's more poor kids that were really on point and probably higher with their educational and intelligence levels than some of the rich kids that were there.
Yeah, it's really all about resources and how you use them. Because I mean, I learned a lot that like I was against rich kids because of my own bias, but then once I realized that...
once you heard the song Rich Girl by Hall & Oates and knew it was about you, you kind of changed your tune.
Anything Hall & Oates has ever released, I take as gospel.
I'll tell you
and
what,
that's this man
can we give a cheers to Hall & Oates?
Oh, damn right!
I'll rock that yacht. I don't care.
And you moving too fast, but you really don't anyway.
I was watching this live performance of Faith No More, and they're doing somewhere in some amphitheater in Detroit, and Mike Patton stops in the middle of his performance, and he says, "You know what? We just got wind that Hall & Oates is playing right next door, now, currently, while we're performing." And then you hear the crowd kind of be like, "Fuck them, boo!" And he's like, "Wait a minute. We're into that shit."
How are you going to diss all of that? Right. First of all, have you ever seen live at Daryl's place?
Oh yeah.
Great.
That is literally everything that I wish that we were doing program. Right now. That's our after-hours program for that is close as we can get, but it's not nearly as Daryl Hall's.
Actually, two of my favorite sessions was the one with Chromeo teams up with him and does the "I Can't Go For That" song. And
No
then,
Can Do.
Yeah, No Can Do. And then CeeLo teams up with him and does one with him too.
I'll do anything that you want me to do.
I can't go for that.
No can do.
No can do. I can't go for that. I watched a great documentary lately pertaining to Hall & Oates. G.E. Smith talking about his time with Hall & Oates.
Oh, G.E. Smith. Is he
G.E. Smith from the Saturday Night
SNL
Live band.
Yeah.
He played with Hall & Oates through the 80s.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah.
That's great when you get the session players like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. He's a real down-to-earth, humble dude.
Yeah, I guess, now I read the Kurt Cobain biographic, or whatever you call it, biography, and he...
Autobiography?
No, it was an auto. It was written by another source, but like, he talked about how when he went to Saturday Night Live, when Kurt was there, how like nervous he was, but then G.E. Smith came up to him and was like, dude, you did a really awesome job. And that, like, this made him so happy.
Dude,
you know? He was like, oh, whoa, G.E. Smith noticed.
If you grew up, like, watching old SNL when G.E. Smith was still on there and, like, you knew, like, his
Is it G.E. or E.G.? I'm trying.
G.E.
This is G.E., okay.
Yeah, General Electric Smith.
That's right.
That's his biblical name.
Okay.
That's right. G.E. Smith's such a humble, cool dude. And he just loved playing.
He's got the long blonde hair he pulls back, right?
Yeah.
I liked him. I want him and Kevin Franklin to play together.
Kevin Franklin. Like, whoa, wait.
He was
the gospel guy?
No, wasn't he the black guy on the Tonight Show?
No, that's...
Kevin Eubanks.
Kevin Eubanks.
Sorry,
Kevin is the Guitar Works guy. That guy's a
shameful plug.
okay, dude.
Wait, Kevin Franklin? He's a dickhead. I'm going to sell these grandmas these tradition guitars for $400. It's their fault for being dumbasses.
Like, I could totally play every 80s song ever.
I'm Kevin Franklin. Come to Guitar Works.
Yeah. Come on in here, because...
I hate Guitar Works. I will say it right now. Why haven't you not gone under because of Guitar Center? Why? It's about time.
Yeah, Kevin Franklin.
Watch your voice, bro.
Sorry. I just redlined.
Well, a shameful plug. I actually just bought a Taylor guitar from Guitar Works.
Well, was it pretty good?
knowing
out of my house.
Knowing that, I was paying for quality, but overpaying for the cost of what commission.
Well, why don't you tell us about your greatest achievement in relation to Babe, Pig in the City?
Oh, wow.
What a great sequel, by the way.
Yeah, you know what, Mike? In relation to Babe, Pig in the City, I guess I'll have to think about it. You know what? My greatest accomplishment?
In relation to the film,
you're
Babe, Pig in the City.
It's very simple. Like, everything that could happen in life happens in that movie.
I was able to hit the road like Babe did, you know?
Why did he hit the road?
Yeah, to get to the other side.
You know what? Speaking of these cards and bullshit we're talking, because it's like an hour and a half in, holy shit, and we're on beers number 3s. Scott, I put this card in front of you an hour ago.
Yes.
Let's read it.
Read it, bro.
All right, we'll read it. If you really love chicks in yoga pants, shop at Target.
Exactly.
You know, I agree with that statement.
Yeah, like, it's just obvious.
Sorry, honey, I love you, but
I mean,
damn, there's a lot of hot chicks at Target with yoga pants.
Just have her shop at Target.
Just wear dark shades.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Just wear dark shades.
Well, I think we're going to
inspection without detection. That's the
inspection without detection.
Woo-hoo, my word. Now, about that, I hate overly tinted windows. And if you cut me off with your overly tinted window, you're a jerk!
You know what? I'm going to cut Froman off here right now. And Scott Bradley, have you got any closing remark? Because this is about 15 minutes over where we usually like to be on this show.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, man. I just want to sit here and say thank you to the both of you for allowing me to come on and sit here.
We were damn glad to have you.
Yeah,
damn right.
An honor and a privilege, honestly. Yeah.
It's been fun.
It's been a lot of fun, man. And I tell you what, I wish more people could have this kind of fun.
We have one chick who's on the ropes, like she wants to be on the show and hang out with us.
Yeah.
We're working on that right now.
All right.
And that'll probably happen.
All right.
But
chicks and dudes.
I guess
Tunes
so.
and brews.
I guess so.
No, we just call them dudes.
Yeah.
Chicks are dudes, dude.
Yeah, dude. All right.
I heard sometimes dudes are chicks. Whatever.
Hold on a minute. We have a special guest walking in the studio here.
Guest.
What we got here?
Come around here.
Come on here, little dude.
Come around here. Come over here. Who is this? Who is this?
Page, everybody.
Come here. Come here. Come here. This is little Harlos right here.
No, we call it little dude.
Hey, buddy.
Little dude.
High five in it.
Who's your name?
My name is Scott Bradley.
See? S. Bradley. With a period in between.
Yeah, how old is he?
I am 35 years young.
35 years young. He likes skee ball and whatchamacallits and wheat thins.
I absolutely love all of those things.
He's really big on walking in circles, which is a good exercise like any other.
What does this say?
And a great soul coughing song.
Oh yeah.
Harold.
Harlos.
Harlow.
This is my kiddo. He loves Dudes, Tunes, and Brews here. He really likes to be part of it. And who's your friend?
Kirby.
Who?
Curve.
Star Warrior.
Kirby Star Warrior.
Yeah, because Kirby's cool. He'll absorb the power of his enemy.
You just hit B.
You deflects it, and then you take. And now the Nintendo 64 version, the Crystal Shards, you can take 2 powers, combine them, and then use those against your enemies.
So you can be like a sword fire guy?
Dude, you have not done Crystal Shards?
No.
I'm so excited. I know what I'm doing with my money. And I was gonna do that years ago, but it's for real. I've got a 64. He just got a 64.
I found a 64 in a box of old crap.
Make sure you
He
get
doesn't
your.
know it yet.
Now here's the deal. Do you know that there's an actual thing that a Nintendo 64 runs at 3 megabytes?
Okay.
You have to put an additional RAM in the front. That's this red piece that makes it 6 megabytes. Zelda is the one that made that happen, and then beyond that, other games. So if you need an additional megabytes update, go on to eBay. That's where you're gonna find it.
I'm not gonna do all that there, but
Some games won't let you play without them. I went to go play the Majora's Mask, and it's like, no, you need more memory.
See, I always like being Kirby in Super Smash Brothers, man. That
Right?
was good.
Jigglypuff, though,
Jigglypuff.
they're like the perfect,
Yeah.
the perfect match.
Jigglypuff and Kirby are almost the same size.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
And they're both pink,
but Jigglypuff has ears.
and they're like curly.
That's the only difference.
swirly ears. But
All right. Well, we've got to end this show for the evening. Scott Bradley, thank you for joining us here at the Deuce Tunes and Brews show.
I appreciate
Josh
that.
Froman, thank you for being here at the Deuce Tunes and Brews show. Harley Page, oh, my pleasure. Olson, can you say goodbye to everybody?
Goodbye.
Can you say good night?
Good night.
He has to go to bed now, and I should probably go to bed too.
And thanks
But,
for joining us on Dudes.
Tunes
And Brews. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.